Stampers, it's Kim Vogel with the Basement Bunch Stampers here for a terrific Tuesday video. And this week I'm going to be showcasing for you a couple more projects that I made using that Painted with Love product bundle that is available in our Occasions catalog, our Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog. If you haven't yet joined my mailing list, please do so. I send out different kinds of promotions and specials and weekly newsletters with lots of information, and you'll also be notified of all of my videos that I put out as well. So today I want to share with you, last week I shared with you the cute little box and some little Valentine cards with our new long and narrow note cards. Today I'm going to share with you a simple little shaker card that I created for you using some of the gold flake glitter that's available in our catalog as well. And so I want to share that with you along with my framed art project that I made that I'm going to be doing as a class. So if you're interested in the framed art, that will be available as an online class as well, with more details on my website. So check it out at kimsbasementbunch.com. And then I'll have a section on there for online classes. So what I did to start this card is I have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 Melon Mambo cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half, and that is my card base. And shaker cards sometimes look kind of scary, but this one really is not scary once you kind of get the hang of it. So what I did, and I did a little bit of this work in advance to kind of save a little bit of time today, but what I did is I used a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And with our layering squares framelits, I pre-cut a square out of the top part of that, and then I ran it through the embossing folder on our new stripes embossing folder. Sorry, I ran it through the Big Shot on our new embossing stripes embossing folder. And so what I do then is I also cut a piece of our window sheet. This I believe I cut 3.5 by 3.5. These window sheets come in a package of 2. You get 2 12 by 12 pieces in a pack. And what I'm going to do to get this card started is I'm simply going to adhere this window sheet to the back of this piece of vanilla cardstock. Now I use Tombow glue to do this. Some people use you know, snail or any kind of adhesive. I use a real little bit of Tombow glue, and I use it very lightly, and I go around the outer edge of that window. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, but you can see I just had the glue on there. The other thing I had, I will tell you, when I used these new gold flakes the first time to make my card to show you, I had a static issue. A lot of the glitter was sticking to my front of my window sheet, and I wasn't able to move it around like I am in the sample that I'm showing you right now. And so what I did was I ended up rinsing off and washing a little bit this piece of the acetate window sheet before I adhered it to the card. And then I also used the embossing buddy that you use for embossing, and before I add the little glitter flakes, I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm actually going to let a little bit of the powder from this embossing buddy rest right inside of there. And I did that with this card, and I have no problems with it at all. The next thing I'm going to do, now I would normally let that dry a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to go ahead and proceed, is you're going to use our foam strips. So these are what our foam strips look like. Those get two long pieces of them in one pack. And that I'm going to go ahead and adhere this around the outer edge of my window sheet. Now this is where it becomes kind of important as you're making this card. You don't want to leave any gaps, because if you leave some gaps, you're going to have that glitter everywhere. And that is kind of why I chose to do a square, because I can get right up against those seams. Sometimes circles or things like that, when you're doing shaker cards, you have issues with maybe not filling in all those gaps. So I'm just going to make sure I get these secured right up next to each other. And I'm just cutting these off where I need them to be. And I'm just kind of going around, and now I'm making sure that I don't go where people are going to see that. So it's on the back side. And let me finish it off with this one right here. across here. Again, if you check out my website, I have all kinds of details on there about local classes that I do. I'm from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I also have classes to go, kits to go. I love sharing my love of Stampin' Up! With all of you, so please check it out and see if there might be a class there that you might be interested in. Okay, so then what I did was I took my embossing buddy, and this is the step that I did to make it work for me this last time, is I ran this inside of here to get out any static, and then I kind of just tapped this in here, and you see a little bit of that residue powder. I'm not sure if you can see that on the video or not, but a little bit of the residue powder from my embossing buddy is getting inside of that. Not a lot, just a little bit, and I'm going to kind of rub it around because I want to leave that in there because that is what's helping that glitter move for me. Next, I'm going to go ahead and peel off all of these strips on the back side of these, or the backing on these foam strips that I adhered. These foam strips are amazing, especially if you make shaker cards on a regular basis. I don't usually make them too often, only for special people. And the project that I'm going to be sharing with you today I actually made for my husband for Valentine's Day, and so I wanted to make him a special card to go with it. So that's who's going to be getting this card that I made today. And now I'm going to just take these gold, this is called the Gold Glitter Flakes. Again, it's part of the Painted with Love product bundle that's in our catalog. And I am going to just shake a few of these right inside of here. Now I'm not going to add a lot, I just want a few because I want to have room for them to be able to shake around in there. And then what I'm going to do is I took a piece of paper from our Painted with Love Designer Series paper pack, and I cut it 4 by 3 3/4. I believe that's the measurement on that. I cut it just a little bit bigger so that it could cover this up, and I'm just going to adhere this to the back, and I'm going to make sure I secure that all the way around on all 4 sides. And there you basically have the shaker component to the card. Isn't that adorable? You can just shake those little gold flecks all over the place. So from there, what I did is I adhered this to the front, and I'm not going to take the time to actually show you the rest because a lot of it is just putting a simple card together that some of you may know how to do, but I do want to explain to you how I made this cute little frame that I put around the outer edge. So what I did, I took another piece of Designer Series paper from the paper pack, and I ran through the 2, I put this die, this is one of the scallop squares and the layering squares dies, and I put the same size that I cut the other square out of my vanilla. I set that right inside, just like that, and I ran it through the Big Shot, and it produced this awesome little frame for me. And then I just put a little bit of Tombow glue on that, and I glued that right around the edge, and I feel that that just set that right off. And then from there, I used some of the hearts from our Sweet and Sassy heart dies, and I cut out different sized hearts. This one I put a gold one on, and one in our rich raspberry. This sample I have one that I cut out in our Calypso Coral and our Melon Mambo. This card I did not emboss. I wanted to just stamp this little sentiment right on here because that sentiment's on the framed art that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But I also created a different one for this one as an actual just little Valentine's Day card, and that is our classic label punch. And then what I did is I punched it out with the Melon Mambo and then just extended it off to the sides to have a little bit of an accent on there. So I would put that on the bottom as well. So that is the card that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed that cute little shaker card. I was struggling with how to use those gold flakes on projects that I was creating, and so I decided to do a shaker card and showcase that. Oh, and one more thing with the card, I also topped the card off with some of the metallic shapes from our annual catalog, the little hearts. You can see them right here. You could have also used the stickers, the vinyl stickers. So what I want to show you is my framed art, and I was hoping that my 8 by 10 white frame would be here by now, but it is not. So I'm going to be showing you my project without the frame, although the frame may have given you a glare anyway. But this is the framed art that I am going to be doing as a class. This fits in 8 by 10. Usually I do them 12 by 12. I changed it up a little bit this time. And I left 4 of the little squares empty for little pictures. You could put little love pictures on there, or pictures of, you know, I'm going to try to do some different ones of my husband and I before I give this to him. And I will have all the measurements for these and the different squares on my website for you to be able to duplicate this project. But I'm also going to be offering this as an online kit. So you will be able, the only thing I'm not going to be able to provide for you is any of the stamped images. But if you purchase the bundle, the photopolymer bundle, it's $48.50 United States dollars. And if you purchase that, you will be all set to go. All the other pieces will be provided in your kit. And all the details are on my blog. And I will have the link to that blog in the description of this video. So I hope you enjoyed my projects today. I am loving this Painted with Love product suite, and next week I plan to showcase some cards that I created with that, and that will be my third class that I'll be offering during the month of January. So thanks for stopping today. I hope you enjoyed my projects, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.